All right, we are continuing our bell work today, focusing on key ideas and detail. So we're looking at November 18th. You might hear some of my kids in the background because I'm taping this while they're working on something. All right, so we always look at our sentences first. What is the following is the best? Which of the following is the best summary of the text? So go ahead and underline best summary. Of the following, which would be the best title? So of these right here, which one would be the best title? Which of the following is the theme? Okay, so we have three choices. Which one do you think would be the best theme for this? And number 4, which detail from the text shows? Which detail from the text shows the reader that Mr. Griffin paired Val and Micah for a reason? Okay, so it made them partners for a reason. Hey, step outside if you can. All right, let's begin. Micah and Val stared at each other in silence, wondering why Mr. Griffin had partnered them for the class project. Micah's family had just recently moved to California. She spoke very little English. Val had the best grades in the class and never missed an assignment. Val rolled her eyes in protest. She snatched the project directions out of Micah's hands and decided she would be better off completing the project on her own. Val read over each requirement carefully. The partners were to research a modern artist and present a work of art or piece of music to the class. Just my luck, Val mumbled out loud. Val could outsmart anyone in math, reading, and history, but she didn't have an artistic bone in her body. Val decided to persuade Mr. Griffin into changing the assignment until she heard a sweet hum coming from beside her. Micah likes to hum and sing when she's nervous, Mr. Griffin said to Val with a smirk on his face. She's got the voice of an angel, he boasted before walking away. Val felt her face flush. She had been so proud of her own intelligence that she overlooked her partner's own gift. So which of the following is the best summary for the text? All right, so looking at key ideas and details. All right, so let's look at them. Val and Micah became close friends after working on a class project together. Well, does it even really mention that? So I think I'm going to go ahead and eliminate that one. Val is a good student who learns not to judge a person too quickly. Well, right here she felt her face flush. She had been proud of her intelligence but overlooked her own partner's gift. So that's a possibility. Mike and Val worked together to persuade Mr. Griffin to change the assignment. Well, Val did, but both of them. So I'm going to eliminate it, and my answer is going to be B. Of the following, which is the best title? Music class, hidden talent, outsmarting others. Well, it talks about, let's see, through this whole thing, when we look at, okay, well, I can definitely eliminate music class. And the whole thing is not about Val trying to outsmart others. So I'm going to go ahead and eliminate that one. When I look back and I see overlook her own partner's gift, I think hidden talent. Because she didn't know she had that talent until she started to hum and sing. All right, so you're going to answer question 3 and 4 on your own. All right, flipping over. All right, so we look at the questions. What is the story mostly about? I want to look at that. Which of the following would make the best title? Which detail from the text supports the idea that Freddie's family was prepared? Okay, which detail shows that his family was prepared? If added to the text, which detail would best support the main idea? Okay, so this is that other kind of question where if these are not in the story, but if they were added, would also support the main idea. All right, let's get ready. The tornado sirens wailed loudly in the otherwise silent night. There were few cars out. The children had been called inside from their usual street ball games, and there were no neighbors out chatting in the front lawn. All had retreated to the safety of their homes as the meteorologist, now that's another word for weatherman, urged the local community to seek shelter from a storm front moving in. Over there, that's a wall cloud. So, yeah, that's something about tornadoes for sure. Freddie's mom informed him in a hushed voice. Freddie knew from watching the Weather Channel that a wall cloud was a good indication a tornado could form. After showing her children the wall cloud, Freddie's mother herded Freddie and his brothers toward the closet. She instructed them to bring their tennis shoes into the closet with them. She handed each a flashlight before shutting the door. She then put batteries into the radio and instructed the children to sit in silence as she listened for the location of the storm. Freddie knew that his mother was always prepared. She had taught him and his brothers how to keep safe during tornado season. All right, so we're going to look at what is it mostly about. All right, the danger of tornadoes. Yeah, it does mention that a little bit, so that's a possibility. The predictions of the meteorologist. Well, yeah, it refers to the meteorologist, but it's not focusing on the predictions. And a family taking shelter from a storm. Well, okay, so those are all good things. Now, I'm down to 2, so I can't pick both of them. So I want to go back and I want to look at my text. All right, the dangers of tornadoes. Now that I go back and look, she shows them the wall cloud. All the family had retreated. So that's not what it's really talking about, but it's talking about how people are starting to take shelter. Take shelter in the storm. All right, number 2. Which of the following would make the best title for this story? A huge wall cloud, feeling helpless, taking shelter. Well, if a family is taking shelter, then that right there would obviously make sense. So I'm going to eliminate a huge wall cloud, even though it was mentioned. Feeling helpless, it really didn't talk about that, but it did talk about a family taking shelter. All right, guys, you're to finish 3 and 4 on your own, and then you're to also do the full sheet front and back also. Thank you.